Hi and welcome to a Kirby Maths video on how to expand double brackets, and we're going to use the grid method in this video. If we have a pair of double brackets, and I'm going to start off where they are both positive, there's no negative signs in there at all, and we want to multiply everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. And in order to do that, we fill in a grid, a bit like the grid that you would use for grid multiplication. I always put the first bracket along the top of the grid and the second bracket down the side of the grid. If you always do the same thing, then it becomes a much more simple process, so don't try and switch it around. If you're just starting out practicing this, then put the first bracket along the top like this, x, and then the plus 2, and then down the side we'll have the x and the plus 3. And we draw our grid in like we would if we were doing a grid multiplication, and we multiply it together and fill in the boxes. So x times x gives us x squared. X times 2 is positive 2, so it would be positive 2x. X times 3 for this box here would be plus 3x, because they're both positive. And finally, positive 3 times positive 2 here would give us positive 6. Once we've filled in the grid, we need to write down these four numbers which we have filled in, and then we can tidy them up. So it's just the four numbers here that I'm going to write down. So I've got x squared plus 2x plus 3x and plus 6. Now when we tidy this up, we can combine the 2x and the 3x because the x's can be simplified, they can be added together. There's only one lot of x squared and there's only one number on its own, so that can't be simplified any further. So this finally simplifies to x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now if you have a pair of brackets which one of them contains a negative sign, you then need to be just a little bit careful when you are doing the multiplying to follow the rules of multiplying by negative numbers. So if we do an example of that, I'm going to use x minus 3 times x plus 7. Again, remember I said to put the first bracket along the top of the grid, so we're going to have x and a minus 3, and then the second bracket x and a plus 7 down the side. Draw in the grid and then fill in the boxes. X times x is x squared. X times minus 3 is minus 3x. This is positive, so x times 7 is positive 7x. And then positive 7 times negative 3 gives us negative 21. Okay, a minus times a plus is a minus. Write out these four numbers. Again, sometimes it helps to just section them off so you know which four you're writing out. These four, the ones that you've filled in. Let me just fill that in at the top there because that's what I did along here, wasn't it? Okay. These we write out in a line. So x squared minus 3x plus 7x minus 21, and then we tidy up the terms that have got x in them. So the x squared stays the same, and then we've got minus 3x add 7x. This is like minus 3 add 7. So if the temperature started off at minus 3 and it went up by 7 degrees, then you would end up at positive 4. So we've got positive 4x and then the minus 21 on its own. I'm going to do one final example, which is the most difficult one, which is when you've got two negative signs in these brackets. So let's just have a look at that. Finally, x minus 3, x minus 2. Again, the first bracket goes along the top of our grid, second bracket goes down the side of our grid, and we fill in the boxes. X times x is x squared. X times minus 3 is minus 3x. X times minus 2 is minus 2x. And then this is the final bit where we have to be really, really careful. We've got minus 2 times minus 3. And you need to remember that a minus times a minus is a plus. So this is going to give us positive 6. Minus 2 times minus 3 gives us positive 6. We then write out our 4 numbers or 4 expressions that we filled in. These 4 in a line. X squared minus 3x minus 2x plus 6. And we sort out, tidy up, simplify those x's. So the x squared stays the same. And then I've got minus 3 minus 2. That's minus 3 minus 2. And that is like the temperature is minus 3. It goes down by another 2 degrees. So you're going to end up with minus 5. So this is minus 5x. And then the plus 6 is on its own. And that is how you expand two brackets using the grid method. Thanks for watching.